Greetings everyone, this is Taste and See with Ken Sabalza, and in this video we will check out a stunning location that happens every spring here in Seattle. So join me as we see the beautiful cherry blossoms here at the University of Washington. We're starting off here at the University of Washington light rail station, and we will make our way to the quad by going up this overpass. And it'll take about, I would say about 15 minutes to get to the main campus where the cherry blossoms are located. So let's go up this overpass and make our way over there. So we made it to the top of the overpass, but before we continue, I'd like to show you a couple of places here. First off, over there out in the distance, that building right there, that's the Alaska Airlines Arena, and that's where the different sports teams play. For example, the basketball teams, gymnastics, volleyball, and different events. And over here, right next to me, is Husky Stadium, and this is where the football team plays. And the UW Husky football team had a wonderful year a couple years ago where they made it to the national championships. So this is a really big stadium, and this is where they play. And again, right behind me is the UW light rail station. So we just crossed the overpass and we are walking this way. And this path will lead us to the main campus. And it's called Rainier Vista. And up ahead there is a fountain, and we'll see it here in a moment. But you can see that the grass is nicely manicured and you have wide open space. So you can relax here, you can read a book or take a nap, take a break in between classes. So yes, this path is called Rainier Vista, and if we keep on walking straight, we'll be able to see the fountain called Drumheller Fountain. You can already see some of the cherry blossoms, some of the trees here, even at the Rainier Vista pathway. And there's more once we get to the quad. So we made it to Drumheller Fountain here at the top of Rainier Vista, and there's a lot of people because it's a Sunday, almost noon, and I actually just got back from church, and right after the service I headed over here using the light rail. So there's a lot of people just relaxing and enjoying the day. It's a bit cloudy, but the sun is starting to shine through, and it's warm. So not super cold, just right at around 63 degrees or so. So an excellent day to go check out the cherry blossoms here at the UW. We made it to the top of Rainier Vista, and there's Drumheller Fountain again, and we are making our way to what's known as Red Square, which is a wide open square surrounded by different buildings. So let's continue walking up this path and let's make our way to Red Square. So we finally made it to the stairs here at the UW leading to Red Square, and it's a little crowded. And there are people crowding the top of the stairs. And let's see if we can kind of sneak through. Here we are. So we made it. Welcome to Red Square here at the University of Washington. So here at Red Square, we have a few buildings surrounding it. And just in front of us is Gerberding. And right next to Gerberding, right there, that brown building, is Meany Hall, which is a performing arts center. And right next to Meany Hall, you have Odegaard, that building right there, followed by Kane Hall, this lighter color building, and right next to it, on our right, is the Suzzallo Library. And take a look at the architecture. It's a really cool library inside because the interior looks something out of a Harry Potter movie. You have chandeliers and old bookcases and long desks and stained glass windows, but you can already see a little bit of it from the outside, some of that unique architecture. But this Suzzallo Library here at Red Square, and if we keep on walking straight this way, we'll finally make our way to what's called the Quad, and it's a wide open space where the cherry blossoms are located. So let's continue and head over to the Quad so we can finally see the beautiful cherry blossoms that only blossom during the springtime. So here we are, we finally made it to the Quad, and let's take a look at these beautiful cherry blossoms. And you can see them up ahead. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, it's pretty crowded because it is Sunday around noon, so everyone is out and about checking out the cherry blossoms, and they're in full bloom right now, which means that the blossoms are wide open. Unfortunately, they don't last too long, so you have to definitely catch the blossoms when they are in full bloom. Otherwise, you'll miss out and have to check out the cherry blossoms next year. And a travel tip that I would probably say is if you want to check out the cherry blossoms, it's good to go here super early in the morning. I didn't get a chance to do that today, but for all of you who are planning on checking it out, early in the morning is the best time because there are less crowds. And again, as we speak, it is Sunday noon, so yeah, everyone is out here checking out the cherry blossoms. So we have people just setting up blankets just to relax, and yes, you can set up blankets here on the grass to just be surrounded by this beautiful creation. So they're taking pictures, and I would probably recommend another travel tip. If you want to take portraits here at the quad, where you don't have a bunch of people in the background, highly recommend being here super early. There was one time in which we did a family portrait shoot here, and we arrived at around 6 a.m. I think, around 6 or 6:30. Whatever it was early, but there was practically no one here. So you didn't have to worry about people being in your shot, and you had basically the quad all to yourself.
It's a nice day.
And the cherry blossoms were an amazing piece of the background. So yes, if you really want to have good portrait shots here at the quad, I highly recommend coming very early, around 6 or maybe even 7, or even 7:30. But any later than that, that's when people start arriving and the crowd start forming. So I'm standing right here in the middle of the quad, and you can just see the cherry blossoms in the background. It's absolutely stunning, gorgeous, and happens once a year during springtime. So if you're ever in Seattle around, say, late March, around 3rd week or 4th week of March into the first few days of early April, this is definitely a place that I would highly recommend checking out. Because if you miss it, you have to wait one more year. So we're here at the quad at the University of Washington, and I had a chance to meet Antoinette, who is a cherry blossom volunteer. And so Antoinette, can you tell us a little bit more about the history of the cherry blossoms and any fun trivia that our viewers might want to know?
Yes. These trees were originally planted in the Seattle Arboretum, and Highway 520 was being built, and they were going to be bulldozed. So in 1962, they were dug up and brought here to the Liberal Arts Quadrangle at the University of Washington. And they have flourished. They're approximately 90 years old. And every year they get bigger and we get more people coming to see them.
For those who have never been here for the cherry blossoms, what should they expect when it comes to coming here as a first timer? What kind of tips or tricks would you advise if people want to get good photos or get good videos?
Actually, I would advise them to take the bus to get here because parking can be a terrible problem with a crowd like this. We have a big garage and it's pretty full. So tips and tricks for seeing them, the timing depends on the weather. If it's a warm winter, they bloom early. This was a colder winter, so they're actually blooming late. And they bloom around the third week of March, and then they stay in bloom for about a week. And then the blossoms fall like snow. It's lovely.
How long have you been a cherry blossom volunteer?
This is the first year that retirees were asked to volunteer as cherry blossom volunteers. And I have been retired from the university 12 years. I arrived in 1970 as a graduate student, got a PhD in history, and never left. I like the place, and I spent 33 years working at the university, and I was a staff writer for most of that time, and I am an expert on the history of the University of Washington.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Antoinette, for your time, and we are grateful for you sharing a little bit of the history of the cherry blossoms. But do you want to say anything else for our Taste and See viewers about the cherry blossoms or anything you'd like to mention?
Well, we do ask people to respect the trees and not climb the trees and not pull the blossoms. But it's so joyous. People can't help themselves.
Wonderful. Thank you again, Antoinette. I hope you enjoyed our time here at the University of Washington as we checked out the beautiful cherry blossoms. With that, this is Taste and See with Ken Sabalza, and I'm looking forward to tasting and seeing the world together on our next journey. Take care and happy travels.